Hi everybody, it's Sam. Welcome. So today we're gonna be flowing through a bit more of a gentle flow. We're gonna be staying in the postures maybe for a little bit longer, and we're working into the neck and into the shoulders, where we often carry a lot of tension in our upper body. So really working to kind of just let this go a little bit. So yeah, let's get started. So you're going to start today in a balasana child's pose. So you can take any variation of child's pose that you wish to here. So either taking the feet together, knees out to the side, allowing the chest to melt down. Maybe you want to have the knees together, arms behind you, forehead down. And if child's pose can feel like quite a difficult position to rest in, because we want to make sure that we're quite comfortable, it might be worth getting a cushion just to give yourself that little bit of elevation in the pose. So you can take a cushion or a pillow and just place it between your shins and your thighs, and that just gives your hips a little bit of elevation. And then from here you can take your hands either crossing the arms in front of you and allowing the forehead down, or you can make two fists with your hands and just allow the forehead to rest down here. So wherever you are, find in that comfortable child's pose, and just allowing the body to completely surrender here. Closing down the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. And starting to check in with the body. So notice how the body is feeling today. Maybe noticing any areas of tightness, any areas of tension. Maybe noticing your energy. So do you feel quite slow, quite tired? Or maybe you feel a bit more energetic. And there's really no right or wrong here. Just checking in. And the more we do this, the more we begin to connect with our body, with what it's telling us. The more we can start to move with awareness. Start to bring your attention towards your breath. Noticing the back body expanding on the inhale. And lowering, softening on the exhale. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through the nose. Noticing the breath travel up the spine on each inhale. And exhale, traveling back down, sinking you deeper into the pose. Enjoying this breath, feeling the expansiveness moving into each part of your body. And taking a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Nice. Take one more of these. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out, let it all go. Nice. And then very slowly, starting to walk your fingertips forward or back, whichever variation you took. Rolling the spine all the way up, head coming up last of all, until we are in a comfortable seated position at the top of the mat. say you can be in a kneeling position, you can be cross-legged, whichever feels right for you today. Taking your block underneath your sit bones if that serves you, elongating through the spine. It's going to start to take a little bit of movement now into the body. So starting to take your left arm out long in line with the shoulder, flexing through the left hand. Then from here, start to draw that right ear down towards the right shoulder. We're just moving quite softly here. Inhale. Exhale. Then lifting it back to center. We'll do 3 more of these. So inhale here. Exhale, allow that right ear to drop towards the right shoulder. So you should feel a nice stretch through the neck here. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. And working a little bit into the nerves here. And start to take this left hand all the way down towards the mat, extending it out long as you reach the right arm all the way up and overhead. So we're just gently placing it towards the left ear. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, just allow the weight of that hand to just open you up a little bit more. This might be enough, or you might want to start to walk those left fingertips away, feeling a deeper stretch through the neck. And then releasing this right hand a little bit, start to turn the chin down towards the right armpit. So the hand walks towards the back of the head. And now we should feel a nice stretch through the back of the neck here. Sending your breath to this tightness, this tension. Nice, and then gently releasing, coming all the way back to center to reset. Maybe just taking a few circles through the shoulders, forward and back. Maybe noticing already how one side compares to the other. And start to take it on the other side. So start to take that right hand out this time, flexing at the palm, taking it in line with the shoulder. And then again, same thing. So start to take the left ear down towards the left shoulder. And taking it back up. Inhale. Do this 3 times. Exhale, ear to shoulder. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale, lift. And you can be really gentle here if you need to. Exhale, holding here. And then start to place that right hand down as you take the left arm all the way up, and we're just gently holding onto the outside of the head here, just very gently. Inhale. And as you exhale, just allow the weight of that left hand to just gently open up this right side body, this right side of the neck. Staying here, maybe you want to just edge those right fingertips away. Just feeling a bit more of a stretch. Then releasing the head a little bit, start to turn your head to gaze down towards your left armpit. So the left hand comes towards the back of the head. Again, you should feel a really nice stretch down the right side of the neck here. Breathing into this space, knowing you can walk your hands back a little bit. You can release off if anything feels a bit much for you. 1 more breath. Then releasing the hands back down beside you, taking the head back up to center. And start to draw your chin in towards your chest. And we're going to take a couple of half neck rolls. So as you inhale, start to take that left ear towards left shoulder. Exhale back to center. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale back to center, and you can close your eyes if this feels nice. Inhale. Exhale back to center. One more. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Staying with these half neck rolls, or if you want to, starting to add onto a full neck roll if that feels nice for you. And again, you can move as slow as you need to here. Maybe noticing any areas that feel a bit sticky that you might want to just stay and breathe into. And then take it in the opposite direction, again at your own pace. This might be a little bit faster or slower than what I'm doing. Nice, and then when you have done both sides equally, starting to draw the chin all the way back up. And taking your fingertips towards your shoulders here, taking your elbows out wide, and then we'll start to just take some nice shoulder rolls. So inhaling up, exhale, take it back. Just breathe in here. Maybe you notice a few clicks, and that's okay. And then take it in the opposite direction. Nice. So again, just moving as softly as you need to. One more. Nice, and then just releasing down here. And then we're going to start to make our way over onto our all fours, our tabletop position. So finding your foundations in your tabletop position, you want to have your fingers spread really wide. You want to have your shoulders stacked on top of your wrists, hips on top of your knees. Take a couple rounds of cat-cow to mobilize through the spine. So as you inhale, the tailbone reaches high, the chest reaches through, gaze goes up to the sky. As you exhale, tuck under the tailbone, push away with the shoulder blades, gaze to your belly. And take a couple more rounds of this movement, starting to connect the breath to the movement here. And taking it again at your pace. Adding anything that you might want to here, maybe staying with this, maybe adding some barrel rolls, so dropping down to the forearms, exhaling cat back. So anything that you wish. If you've taken the barrel rolls, make sure that you reverse the action, going in both directions. Nice. And then whichever variation you took will all meet back in our tabletop position. So finding our foundations, pushing down through tops of the feet. As you inhale, we're going to start to take the right arm up to the sky. Maybe we can follow the gaze to our hand. As you exhale, keep a little bend in that left arm as you start to thread that right arm underneath. It will hover it off the floor. Take two more. Inhale takes you up. Exhale sweeps you under. Nice. One more. Inhale. Exhale under. This time lowering all the way down to the mat. So we're lowering the outside of the right shoulder. The right ear is coming down towards the mat. Pushing down through the back of the right hand. Either walking your hand all the way up here. So this can be a really nice stretch in our thread the needle pose. So options from here. You are welcome to stay here if this is enough. If you want to add on a little bit, maybe you want to extend that left arm up to the sky. Maybe you want to take that left hand and it can wrap all the way around. So we're internally rotating it so it can hold on to either just placing it on your back or holding on to the inside of the right thigh. Or maybe if you want extending that left leg back, maybe even hovering that left leg off the mat. Always options. Again, no right or wrong. Just checking in with what you want today. Breathe in here. And then if you've taken the variation with the leg, start to drop the leg back down. Undoing the bind, taking that left arm all the way back down, planting it on the mat. As you inhale, we'll all move together, pushing down through the left hand. We reach the right arm back up to the sky. And exhale, plant the right hand back down, tabletop position. Take 2 cat-cows to reset the spine. Inhale, chest reaches forward. Exhale, round. Inhale to open. And exhale, round. Nice, coming back to your tabletop. We'll take the same on the other side. So inhaling, left arm reaches high up into the sky. Maybe the gaze follows. Exhale, thread that left hand underneath the right armpit. Hover here. Take 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover, hold in here and allow that left shoulder to plant down towards the mat, dropping that left ear down. Again, either extending that right arm forward or taking any option that you wish. So maybe you want to work through those options, see what feels right for you. Breathe in here. And then if you've lifted the leg, start to lower the leg all the way back down. Undoing the bind wherever you are, planting that right hand back down. As you inhale, the left arm reaches high up to the sky. And exhale, come back down, tabletop position. Nice. From here, start to walk the hands about another palm's distance in front of you. Keeping the fingers spread really wide like you want to grip hold of the mat. Wrap your triceps around and in. Squeeze those forearms together. Find that stability. Tuck under the toes. We hover the knees off the mat. We hold here for a moment, finding that strength in our practice. Inhale. And as you exhale, start to send the hips high, extending the legs back. Come to Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So in your downward facing dog, you might want to have a really generous bend in the knees here. Maybe you want to pedal the feet out from side to side. Maybe you want to shake the head yes and no. Releasing any tension through the neck, through the shoulders. I would advise you do this once a day. Nice. Feeling free. And take 2 more breaths here. Looking for that inverted V shape. So equal power in the hands and the feet. 1 more breath. Take the gaze in between your hands. Rise up to your tiptoes and start to tiptoe your feet all the way to the top of the mat. Keeping your feet hips distance apart. Take a really generous bend in the knees here, so much that you can allow the upper body to rest onto the thighs. And then allow yourself to feel really heavy here, folding forward. So maybe you wish to stay here. Maybe you want to take hold of opposite elbows and gently sway from side to side in your ragdoll pose. And can you make this the most heaviest, relaxed ragdoll pose in your practice? Can you release that a little bit more? Stay in here if you want to. You can start to gently extend the legs again, maybe keeping a nice soft bend here, but just starting to extend. Sending the weight into the toes a little bit more. And then releasing the hands down. Again, just completely feeling heavy, feeling weighted to the earth. And then keeping that bend in the knees, tuck the chin in towards the chest and we'll start to roll the spine all the way up to standing. Head comes up last of all. And as you arrive here, take a deep inhale, draw your shoulders up to your ears. And as you exhale, let it go. Nice, we'll take 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Sigh out. Nice, 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, drop the shoulders, let it go, be heavy. Nice, amazing. And start to take a couple rounds of Sun Salutation A and adding on, and then we'll work through a little mini flow. So starting at the top of the mat, you can either have your toes together, heels slightly apart, or feet stacked underneath your hips, whichever feels right for you. Drawing that tailbone in, lifting up and out of the core, finding that engagement, taking your hands to your heart center. As you inhale, the arms reach high, maybe the gaze follows. As you exhale, keep a bend in the knees as you hinge from your hips, folding forward over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, gaze forward or fingertips to the mat. As you exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to your plank pose. Taking 1 breath here, pushing away through shoulder blades, away through the feet, 1 long line of energy. And then exhale, lower down the knees, shifting the tailbone up, arch through the back, bend through the triceps as you lower down the chest and chin in between the palms. As you inhale, soften the hips as you snake forward, peel the chest up, Bhujangasana, Cobra. Exhale, release it here and allow the body to melt down to the mat. From here, take your fingertips out to either edge of the mat. So we're coming into some Cobra waves. So as you inhale, push down through the tops of your feet. And you're going to start to roll the shoulders back as you lift through the chest, head comes up last of all. As you exhale, roll those shoulders forward. Nice. Take 2 more. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, takes you down. 1 more. Inhale. And just really feel this freedom, this movement in your upper body. Exhale it down. And then staying down, start to take that left hand out long in line with the shoulder, palm facing down. We come onto the fingertips of the right hand. The left ear draws down towards the mat like it did previously. So we're turning away from the left hand. Start to take this right toes all the way around, so it's like we're leaning on our side, and then the right toes tap behind us here. So coming into this really nice shoulder stretch. Breathing in. This might be enough, or if you want to, you can take that right hand up. Maybe you want to take it behind the back. Maybe you want to interlace your hands. Again, whatever feels right, no right or wrong. And on each exhale, can you soften a little bit in this pose? Again, just take it where it feels right for you. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, release that right hand up to the sky if you tuck the bind. Planting down through the right hand, start to roll the body all the way back onto the belly. Nice. And then we'll take 1 more of those spinal rolls. So hands out diagonal corners of the mat. We inhale, roll the shoulders up. And exhale, roll them down. Nice. This time the right hand extends out towards the mat in line with the shoulders. Come on to the tips of the left fingers. The right ear melts down towards the mat. And start to take the left toes behind you. So we're moving on to our side. And then the left toes plant beside us here. And again, this might be enough here. This can be quite a deep stretch. And if you want to, maybe extending the left arm up, taking it behind you, open the chest, or maybe interlace the hands. Whatever feels right for you here. But sending that breath to the areas of tension. And just allowing it to start to melt. Working through this tension, sending the breath there. One more breath. Then on the inhale, start to release the left hand all the way back to the sky. Take the left hand down beside you, rolling all the way back onto your belly. From here, take the hands beside your ribs, tuck under the toes. Shift the hip bones back and we lift up, downward facing dog. Nice. Maybe pedaling through the leg again, shaking out the head, the neck. Whatever feels right for you. It's definitely one of my favourite poses. Feels so free in the upper body. Nice, I hope you do too. And then start to take the gaze forwards. You can either walk, step, or take a small hop towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale takes you all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees, chest and chin. Inhale takes you forward. Baby cobra, peel the chest, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck under the toes, push back, downward facing dog. Nice. Again, let's take some breaths here. So take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it all out through the mouth. Nice. 2 more. Inhale deeply from the belly. Exhale, release it all out. And this flow is about letting go of this tension, so let it go. Inhale. Exhale, release. Nice. Come back to that Ujjayi breath if you have it in your practice. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And take the gaze forward, walk, step or jump, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise all the way up, hands reach overhead. And exhale, hands through heart center, closing down the eyes here for a moment. And just allow yourself again to come back to the breath. Still the mind. Feeling a little bit more free maybe in the body and just noticing that. Allowing the tension to start to melt away. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale to sigh out. And when you're ready, gently blinking open the eyes, and we'll just go through a mini flow before we make our way back down to the mat. So inhale, arms reach high, maybe the gaze follows. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. This time, bend the knees, plant the hands, step the right foot towards the back of the mat, lowering the right knee down. So you can protect the knee by keeping the right toes tucked, or you can always fold over your mat if you need to here as well. And from here, lifting the arms all the way up and out, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So drawing the left hip back, right hip forward. Finding this stability. And start to take that left hand down beside you so you can come onto your block if you need to have a little bit of support here. And we sweep the right arm up and over. So really feeling a nice side stretch through that right side body. Breathe in here. Sinking maybe a little bit deeper in the hips. And take this right arm all the way across you. Bending at the elbow, and we're going to come into this side twist. So taking your hands together in Anjali Mudra prayer, we're taking the elbow over the left thigh as we lift up and out of the chest. So we're aiming to get our thumbs towards our heart center. Again, anything that feels right for you. Stay in here. Maybe you want to start to lift through that back leg. Maybe if that's what you want today, a little bit more power. Maybe you can take the left gaze. Maybe you can take the gaze over the left elbow. Breathe in here, nice. Then releasing the leg if you have taken it up, and start to frame that left foot. Tucking under the right toes if you haven't already. Push down through the hands, arch the back, step back to your plank pose, and wave the body all the way back. Downward facing dog. Shake it out if you need to. Pedal the feet. Take any little motions that you feel that you need. And coming back to stillness. Start to step that left knee in towards the chest, round it, and then we step that left foot in between the hands. As you inhale, we rise all the way up, coming into our crescent lunge. Holding here, so this is the same as like we've done in our low lunge, finding that foundation. As you exhale, start to pivot that back foot open so that the foot is in line with the short edge of the mat. As you open up into your Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. There's a reason why I'm facing backwards, don't worry, I haven't gone too mad. So you want to find that long line here, you want to find that alignment. So checking in to see if the heel of the front foot is in line with the arch of the back foot. We want to open through the hips, dropping them down. So it doesn't mean we're sending the weight forward, we're dropping it down, opening up here. Breathe in here. And as you inhale, start to straighten that left leg. Going to take a variation of Gomukhtasana, but start to take that left hand, bending it behind you. The right hand externally rotates. I don't want you to grab hold of your hand. I want you just to see what your active range is. So see if you can hold it here. And exhale, open the arms back out. Nice, we'll take two more. Inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale, hold in here. Now from here, you can start to either hold on to the top. Maybe you want to take your strap, or if you can, holding on to take full Gomukhtasana. Breathe in here. This might be enough, or if you want to, you can start to shift that body weight forward over the left, so you might feel a little bit of a deeper stretch. One more breath wherever you are. Keeping lifted through that chest. And then exhale, release the arms. Start to pivot the left foot forward now. Turn to face you. So you want to have your toes pointing forward, heels slightly apart. Take your hands all the way around behind you. Interlace the hands, roll the shoulders down the back, lift the heart. Inhale, breathe in all that energy. And exhale, start to hinge forward from your hips. Allow those hands to reach overhead. Coming into a variation of Prasarita Padottanasana. So keeping active through the lower body here. So see if we can still ground down through the feet, lift through the sit bones as you allow that weight to start to shift a little bit more forward. Allow those elbows, those shoulders to be soft here, opening you up. One more breath. And then start to release the hands. Stay in forward fold here as you plant your hands down to the earth. Take your right hand over towards your left ankle as you maybe inhale the left arm up to the sky. Maybe this is enough. Maybe you can take this hand and wrap it all the way on the inside of your right thigh. Breathe in here, finding that openness. And then exhale, taking it all the way across to the other side. So left hand takes right ankle as you inhale that left arm up to the sky. Again, maybe taking the bind hip open through the chest. Exhale, takes it back down. Start to walk your hands all the way around. Pivot the feet all the way back so the toes are facing forward. Step that left foot back to meet the right. As you inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Hands reach overhead. Then exhale, hands through heart center, taking it on the other side now. So inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, hinging forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. This time, bend the knees, plant the hands, step that left foot back towards the back of the mat and lowering that left knee down. Again, anything you need to do here to protect the knee. As you inhale, the arms reach high, drawing it. The right hip back, left hip forward, finding your stability here. Inhale. As you exhale, that right arm reaches down on the outside of the right leg. Again, using the block if you need to, and lifting up and over with that left hand. Feeling a nice stretch down the left side body. Breathe in here. Inhale. Exhale. And your next inhale, start to take that left hand all the way across over the outside of the right thigh. The right hand comes to join it. As you lift up and out, taking that twist. Maybe lifting that back leg. Breathe in here. One more breath. Lift up, maybe rolling that right shoulder back. Then lowering the left knee. Start to take the hands round the right foot. Ground down through the hands, tuck under left toes, step back to your plank and wave back downward facing dog. And taking any little movements that you need, anything that feels right for you. And coming back to stillness, start to right knee in towards your chest, squeeze it in and then step that right foot in between your hands. Inhale, we open up into our crescent, we lifting up here. Inhale, drawing right hip back, left hip forward, finding your foundation. Start to pivot that back foot 45 degrees. Open up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So again, checking in with your foundations, checking that alignment. Feeling like you're pushing your feet away as you're lifting up through your glutes, through your thighs. Breathe in here. And we'll start to take those Gomukhasana arms on the other side. So as you inhale, start to straighten the right leg. The right hand comes down, internally rotates. The left hand externally rotates. Again, find your active range. Exhale, open. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale, holding it here. And again, taking your strap if you need to. Holding onto your t-shirt, anything you might need. Or maybe you can take your full Gomukhasana arms. Lifting up through the chest, maybe you can start to lean over towards the right side, finding that deeper stretch. And then lifting back up, nice. Releasing the arms and pivot the right foot in this time. Coming back into your forward fold. taking the toes in to protect the knee. The heels are facing out. Take the arms all the way round behind you. Lift, lengthen through the chest. And exhale, folding forward. Taking 3 breaths here. And see if you can allow your body to just really release, relax in this pose. Keeping that stability of the lower body. Then release the hands down underneath. Start to take the hand over towards the right. The left arm reaches up to the sky. Any variation that you wish, maybe taking the bind. Exhale, release, walk it all the way over towards the left. Inhale. Exhale, maybe taking the bind. Take it all the way back down, walking all the way around. Frame that front foot. Step back to your plank. Lower towards your knees. Lower the sit bones back. We are back in our child's pose. Nice. Maybe noticing how this child's pose feels compared to the child's pose at the start of the practice. So do you maybe feel a little bit more open? A little bit more free? And just notice this. Bring your awareness to this. This might be the subtlest of changes, but allow it to fill your body. And when you're ready, gently start to walk the fingertips all the way back towards the sit bones. Start to sit on towards our sit bones, so maybe shifting over to the left as we bring our legs out in front of us. And from here, making our way back down onto our backs. So lowering down, maybe with a little bit of control, completely up to you. We're going to come into bridge. So taking the feet and placing the soles of the feet down in line with the hips, getting them quite close to your sit bones. We want to feel like the thighs are engaging here. So if you want to, you can take your block beneath your thighs, and this can create some quite nice active engagement. Palms facing down beside you. On the inhale, start to push down through soles of the feet. Engage through the thighs as you lift the hips up to the sky. And just breathe in here. Maybe staying here. Maybe you can draw the shoulders underneath, interlacing the hands. Lengthening. This can be quite a nice variation. And keeping active in those legs, so keep drawing those thighs together, pushing down through the feet. Kind of allow your upper body to soften a little bit. One more breath. And then untucking the shoulders, rolling the spine all the way back down to the earth. And then we have one final variation before our Shavasana. So options. You can either take a really nice restorative legs up or legs up the wall. So literally just shifting your sit bones as close as you can and just allowing your feet to rest there. So this is a really nice variation to allow everything to calm through the body. So if you want to take a bit more of a restorative practice towards the end, then completely take that option. Otherwise, we're going to move into 2 variations of Halasana. So there's a modified option and then there is full Halasana. So if you wish, if you want to take your full Halasana and you know where you're going, then please feel free to take that now. Otherwise, starting to take your legs up to the sky. From here, pushing down through the tops of the hands
and start to lift the sit bones up so we can hold on to underneath our thighs, drawing the elbows together, pushing down through the forearms. And from here, bending at the knees and really pushing down through the shoulders. So it's like we're squeezing the shoulders together to allow us to feel stability. So the weight is in our shoulders here, it's not in our neck. If you feel any tension, any sharpness in the neck, then please come out of it. If you want to, you can allow the knees to rest on the forehead. So I really like this option, and I think this is quite a nice stretch for the back. And it's quite nice for when the hamstrings aren't so warmed up for full halasana. Breathe in here. And see if you can start to bring your breath into a more meditative state. If you want to, full halasana is yours, so you can start to extend the feet behind you, coming onto the tops of the toes. So again, you can keep this support of your hips, or you can interlace the hands. Again, really drawing those shoulder blades in, finding that foundation, pushing the hands away. So whichever variation feels right for you. Be careful not to turn your head in this variation. We want to keep your head, your neck very safe here. One more breath. And then wherever you are, if you've taken the hands, uninterlace them and plant them down by the sides of you. So any variation, palms facing down towards the floor. So we use these to roll down, and our palms are like our brakes. So we start to roll down back through the top of the spine, lowering all the way down with control. Lowering the legs all the way out long. Then from here, our counter pose. So coming into our Matsyasana, fish pose. So taking the hands underneath, just where the lower back meets the glutes. Keeping the hands fed wide, we draw the shoulders blades in again. So we push down through our forearms here to lift up and out through the head. So coming into our fish pose. If this feels a bit much for you, you can also take a modification of fish pose. So you might want to take your cushion, want to take your block, and you want to take your block lengthways along your spine. So we're looking to have it along here. So this is quite a nice heart opening posture. So any variation here. Finding the foundations through there. You might want to keep your feet down on the mat as well. And then just breathing into this space. Whichever variation you're in. If you're in your full fish pose, then starting to draw the chin in towards the chest and then rolling the spine all the way down. If you are in your more supported pose, maybe starting to think to come out of it now. And then taking the feet out wide to either corner of the mat. Taking your hands behind you, interlacing them behind the neck, and draw the chin in towards the chest. Feel that nice stretch down the neck. And exhale, release the neck back down. Take the arms beside you, palms facing up to the sky. Coming into your final pose, your Shavasana. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it all go. Allow that exhale to completely soften the body. Feeling the weight of the earth beneath you holding you here, allowing any final bits of tension to melt out of the body into the earth beneath you. There's nothing that you need to control, not even your breath, so just coming back to a gentle, easy breath. Feeling a wave of relaxation moving all the way from the tips of your toes, moving all the way up the body, working its way to the crown of the head. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you need. If you are ready to move out of it, start to deepen the breath, feeling that expansiveness in the body. Maybe starting to take some small movements through the fingertips, through the toes. Softly turning the head from side to side. Maybe drawing the feet together, reaching the arms all the way open, up and overhead for a nice full body stretch. Inhale. Exhale, relax it all off. And start to draw your knees in towards your chest. Giving yourself one final well-deserved hug, holding around the shins, and taking any final movements, maybe circling through the lower back, maybe a little rock from side to side. And then taking your hands underneath your thighs and rocking all the way up to a comfortable seated position at the top of the mat. Keeping your eyes closed down or keeping the gaze soft. And taking your hands together in Anjali Mudra prayer and resting your thumbs at your heart center. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Bowing your head towards your hands in honor of yourself, in honor of the practice of yoga. Noticing the calm, the still, the space you have created in your body. Start to take your thumbs to your third eye center, space in between your eyebrows, and we'll all bow down to say namaste. Namaste. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed it and you got what you needed to from the practice. Again, let me know how you got on, and if there's anything that you are looking to practice and you want me to work anything into a flow for you, then just let me know. Take care, see you soon.